Alright. That's on. See if that's working. Perfect. Alright, we wait at destination. Have you already waited?
No, I haven't waited yet. I'm clicking it.
Hopefully it's a voiced. It is not a voiced cutscene. God damn it. Every time with these people and their lack of voiced cutscenes. Alright. I've done all I can for now. The injured you found were awake and alert then? But as well. We've left the injured as comfortable as we could. Fuck. Trying to get back into doing their voices after a couple of days of not doing it throws me off so much. Many were suffering from burns and to a greater or lesser degree. The fire sweeping through the village. Well, the details are unclear. Once I healed the giant attacked by the mountain bird, the group's leader, Vorprol, I believe they called him, bid me depart. And it was then that I felt an intense wave of aether and returned to find Warlor's echo in this state. I rushed over to the first giant I saw. Though delirious and in pain, he reported the same warning. Bilgramad had broken free. Thus did I contact you with all haste. Well, we're going to need more information than that before we can deal with the situation. Yes, we should speak with the temple guard and see what became of the Sky Ruins prison. Oh, did you, do you have the chocolate chocobacore or whatever amount?
The fatty chocobo?
No. The little plant chocolate thing.
Plant chocolate? No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. It's a amount you can get from watching the stream. I haven't redeemed mine from streaming. I was gonna say I could give you the code to it.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to watch the stream. To watch for at least 6 hours, though.
The Choco Puru whistle? I already have it.
Oh, alright, never mind then.
In fact, I'm pretty sure it's in my mailbox.
Oh, thanks. Why is this? Dismiss. Messages keep popping up in front of my chat. The High Luminary gone through entry and await you within. I hate when they have a cutscene, we walk 5 feet, and they have another cutscene.
What happened?
At least it's voiced.
So it's true. The ice has failed.
Surmurwar, tell them what you told me.
A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit.
Bukla Jaja? Is he out here opening the way?
Who enters this hollowed hall? A claimant.
Oh. And here we have the mighty
Forgot to turn that on.
A terrifying withdrawal. With every awakening, it has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
That's the thing we can get the wings from.
It is as they say. Kulul Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it, it would be quite tricky. 2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul. The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Bakul Jaja.
You mustn't!
Are we finally gonna get a boss fight?
I think so. I assume so. If they make us wander around for 20 minutes before we can get to it, though, I'm gonna be very disappointed. I was really kind of hoping we would get down here and be able to just fight the thing. But the fact that it flew off makes me think that, we need to go to a different zone to fight it.
I might have overdone the fire a bit.
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
For the throne, of course.
You would think that would, like, completely disqualify him from ever getting the throne.
Have you any idea how many may die?
Wreak havoc, Valigarbanda. Live up to your legend.
A messenger to Tuli Yolol has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
We don't need them. Put me in, boss.
Idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him.
So, what's the plan?
We kick the bad guy's ass. Same as always.
If
Perfect
we leave
plan.
the withdrawal to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Valiarmanda.
You mean we will stay?
This is an enemy so powerful.
Wait, what
that even my
obligation
father
do I
failed to
even
slay
have
it.
to help her with?
Alone, I don't
I
stand
mean,
a
we
chance.
don't have an obligation, but I want to fight big
I
bad guys.
understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the rite of
Yeah,
succession.
yeah, even she says you don't have to help me.
But for the sake of Urkopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
Yeah, this is the kind of challenge I live for. Put me in, coach.
Drawn to the chaos. You're as bad as Papa. Don't worry. The Sky Ruin should prove a big enough challenge for all of us.
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it. Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
And what will we do?
One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
If you're resolved to slay Valigarmanta, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
Inform the Pelu of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
All right. You know what? I'm not even gonna click that in front of her. Straight into another cutscene. Guessing this one is not voiced. So, Erenvel, any ideas on how we can track the Vigoromante? The tried and true method of comparing sightings with other signs of passage is the most reliable, but also the most time-consuming. Second option, not as reliable as the first, but if we're lucky, it will let us ascertain the Sky Ruin's whereabouts far more quickly. Through a true withdrawal of extraordinary nature, Vigoromante is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, is thus sustained by corporeal energy and possesses a unique ethereal balance, which means this device should come in handy. Man's just got one of the old Aether scope goggle things on him. The fuck is this shit? Get that the fuck out of my game. You put that away. What the shit?
This shit looks like it was modded, dude.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. A floating hand? Now is not the time to be playing with toys. This is no toy. It is an Aether Seeker. As the name suggests, gleaners use it to detect the Aether of living beings. And you had that in your pack this whole time? Right, I forgot. Was ass quest before the trial. Do not tell me that. I don't want a long ass quest before the trial. I can calibrate it to follow a specific ethereal aspect. The problem with Vigormante, however, is that it can shift freely between the elements of fire, ice, or lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Vigormante from its icy imprisonment, Uklejaja cast spells which quickened its fire-aspected aether. And the residents here were uniformly afflicted by burns. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that upon breaking free, Vigormante unleashed a great fiery blast. And then the choice is plain, fire. The Seeker, however, is not without its faults. As we're not able to input our query's unique Aether signature in advance. The device will respond to any living source of fire-aspected Aether. Sounds like it's fucking useless. So, we will have to have the reliable yet slow method of information gathering. This is the potentially swift but misled gleaner tool. I say, why not pursue both means at the same time? A good idea. We'll have the first to fall back on if the second fails. You travel with me then, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. Which it undoubtedly will, wasting all of our time. Fuck my life. And the rest of us can stay behind and talk to eyewitnesses. The more Sky Ruin sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. If no one has any objections, I shall remain here in the village and tend to the Yokoi. Very few are seriously injured, but I'm weary of the wounds inflicted by a creature like Vigormanda. I should like to be close at hand should their condition suddenly worsen. Right. Sounds like we all have work to do. Probably like 3 CC matches worth of quest. Fuck! Why so many quests? I swear to God, whoever thought this hand being thrown in here was a smart idea, dumbest thing I've ever seen. Well, we should be on our way as well. We'll head to the outskirts of the village first, then set the Seeker to detect fire-aspected Aether. You know what's gonna happen, right? We're gonna follow this stupid thing to some random fire beast, kill it, and then have to come back and see what these guys all learned anyways.
Bro, how are you gonna run off like that when my vehicles move at half the speed?
I forgot! I'm used.
How do you guys' stuff move so fast anyways?
Because I paid for a mount. Because I'm a terrible person.
Oh, you can pay for a faster mount?
Yes!
What the hell? Pay to win?
Pay to win!
You're telling me there's not a faster mount I can get in game?
So you can make your mounts just as fast if you do all the fates in a zone and earn the speed up map, whatever. Right, the Seeker's ready to go. Warlow's Echo is still sufficed with the Skyruin's residual ether. So I'll exclude it from the search area to prevent it from swamping the sensors. Begin tracking, shall we? Alright, follow this. You know, if they're gonna give you a follow quest, they should make the thing that you're following go at character running speed. Terrible person. Oh, look at this. A fucking elemental. Not quite the legendary creature we were after. Well, let's exclude it and move on. Would you mind dealing with that fire spirit? It will continue to confuse the Seeker if we leave it be. God damn it! Fine. Alright.
Heck, how you get them glowing weapons?
They're the relic weapons from Endwalker. Alright. Necessary measure, I'm afraid. Let's try this again. God damn it. I swear to God, we have to fight every single fire monster along the way, only to be led to not... This is the worst idea Erenvel has ever had. Kwoo? Yes-ish, kind of. Not real. I mean, so... I got Goth caught up so that I could do the MSQ on Goth with you. Because, fuck! Well, look. Every time I'm ready at 6:30, and then you're off doing shit for 2 hours. Fuck! I do have a character ready to play with you, though. Whenever you're ready to actually continue. Fuck! Frightening enough, but again, not what we're looking for. I work. So do I! The fuck! Being beat up. My thanks. I'd ask if it gave you any trouble, but considering who I'm talking to... Seeker resuming tracking! And we'll try to point out something useful this time. You spent 6,000 points! 7,000! Ow! 8,000 points. Nine! Why? Another remnant of Bogramanda's last rampage. The crater's flames registered to the Seeker as corporeal aether. Which means that this thing is completely useless. In the words of the Tuliala saga, when Vergamande rages out of control, its fire burns forever. And its ice does not thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn Servant able to turn the Sky Ruin's perpetual magic against itself, trapping it within an unmelting prison of ice. And there's no this is no mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it's a strange feeling to see fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living aether. We can feed a sample into the Seeker and greatly improve its accuracy. A moment. There. Now the Seeker should ignore any ethereal signature but Vergamandes. If they realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought all those creatures at all. My apologies. It seems I still have much to learn from this journey. As a gleaner and as a guide. This time the Seeker should be attracted solely to Vergamandes' ether. Resume tracking based on the latest sample. Oh, we don't have to follow this time.
Yeah, make it easier to hop on someone's bike.
There is a macro that will auto select a party member to allow you to hop on their mount. I don't know what the macro is. I'd have to ask someone else. Good. The Seeker was drawn directly to Skyrune's fire. Well, now we know we've set the correct parameters for its ethereal aspect. I'll try increasing the threshold for etheric concentration. That should direct us to the Coral Verdal itself. Can't wait till I have flying again.
Yeah, so these maps are huge for how little actual amount of the map is used in Questlands.
It's for the side quest. If you do a lot of the side quests, you'll go pretty much everywhere. I think we'd notice if Vergamande was inside this passage. Let's head through to the other side.
Thank you. Stopped us just to say one line.
kind of silly. So just lots of environmental details you'll never see. Which is confused. Voice acting again.
Could Valigarmanda have shifted its elemental aspect? It does have 3 to choose from, after all. In any case, I'm almost certain the Vitral was headed in the direction of Warkor Lardor. We should let the others know we have a likely location.
Alphino is assisting the Yokhoi with their evacuation. He thought they could use a healing hand with the injured.
So where is Valigarmanda?
Warkor Lardor. Its stratified layers contain a wealth of crystals, said to be the source of its many-colored glow. After 80 years of imprisonment, the Vitral will be in dire need of sustenance. It would have been drawn to the mountain's energies.
So Valigarmanda seeks to replenish its ether.
Then we'd better not give it the chance.
Stop!
Bitch, why are these guys interrupting us?
Mountain is sacred ground. I forbid you to set foot on it.
Sorry, It is not our intention to trespass.
Look, this is more important than
But
trespassing.
you must understand. That's where Valigarmanda has gone. If we don't slay it now, it will slaughter countless innocents. Just like in the old days, I beg you, permit us to enter.
Out of the question. Your band is incapable of defeating Valigarmanda. Either you seek to defile Warkor Lardor, or you are fools.
If you doubt their chances, how would you feel were we to join them? The monument to Valigarmanda's defeat bears the names of 7 heroes. With our forces combined, we also number 7.
Excuse you?
7
What about our...
weaklings are
There's more
no
than so.
less doomed than 4.
That's fucked up. This man doesn't know who we are.
Zoralcha, you've come to help as well.
Against my sound advice. While the rest of you were tussling with this sky ruin, we might have secured an insurmountable lead.
A minor delay. It will not change the contest's outcome. I would take the measure of this Tural Vitral my father was unable to kill.
With both my brothers here, this battle is all but won.
Your celebration is premature. I never said I would let you pass.
Brother, no! We do not bear arms against our own people.
What an odd thing to say. As I recall, the inhabitants of Chir Wagur Sultan do not consider themselves members of the Tuliyolal nation. I'd hardly call them our own people.
What does that matter? Members or not, everyone in Tural is part of our dream for peace. If you would hurt them, then you'll have to go through me.
She saved me from the mountain bird. Now, then, the same eyes. Eyes of stone. Words of stone.
We are still in her debt. This is true. Consider the debt repaid. But do not misunderstand. We do not submit to Tuliolan rule.
Aye, you've made your point. We can talk more once the contest is over.
I ask your name.
Wuklamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Very presumptuous on the soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Even people with wildly different ideals can find understanding through earnest discussion. I believe that, wholeheartedly.
As do I. I won't give up until we reach a compromise.
Assuming you survive, my old bones and I will be waiting here for the true heir's return.
Your thoughts have always been a mystery to me, brother. But I'm relieved to see you put aside the contest for the sake of the greater good.
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built. The more that are lost or broken, the weaker Tuliyolal becomes. Even the crudest rock has value as a stepping stone.
Come on, you two. Forget about the right of succession for now, and help me fight this overgrown snake bird. I don't care how strong the Sky Ruin may be. We're going to put this menace down for good.
Oh, well, that wasn't insanely long. Oh, I lost one spooky. Give Spooky a chance to figure out what happened to them. I don't know if their power or internet went out. Hmm. Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, my power kind of blew out.
All right, all right. Everyone have the ACs on? Taking the... we getting a brownout? Look, you're cutting out a little.
Yeah. Everything blew up because the ACs were all on.
Right.
Oh my. Do I start the cutscene from the beginning or just skip?
Up to you.
I'm just gonna skip it. Or we're in different worlds, but I guess it's fine since we're just queuing up. They let you do fate for...
Yo, look, I'm seeing this and I'm not apparently not a fan. I know it caters to the people who want to play this all single player, but I feel like it dumbs down the fights.
Does it?
I feel like it does.
If I remember Fates, it like all the NPCs still do the mechanics.
Yeah, it makes it
it's
so...
forcing us to take them all in? We're not doing it with randoms?
But it's not... No, these are fucking people from the FC. I just put in the chat. Anybody want to...
sorry.
Go with us.
I was just thinking of my... sorry, I just called all my FC members NPCs.
You just called everybody NPCs, this man. What the fuck? Shit. Are we all looking? Can't believe it.
You know, the reason I thought it is because I saw the Kieran, and for some reason I read it as Grail. So I was like, oh man, I've got all these NPCs. You're adding NPCs?
Alright. Need one tank and one healer. Mechanics, though. Not in trust. Just gonna stand in AoEs. Do them flawlessly, others not so much. Door. Oh, there's a perfect just square platform out here for us to fight it on? What?
Oh, starting the fight before I draw my paintings?
Apparently.
Being a painter's gonna suck.
People seem to be backing away. Alright, alright. Good to know, good to know. The fuck is this thing? Do we want to be elevated? Oh, I think there we want to be elevated. All right. Oh. Well, that's my bad. I stood in the feather. Oh! I didn't walk forward enough! Alright, good to know, good to know. Looks like an avalanche is coming through. I'm guessing keep moving. Easy enough.
Oh, you gotta look up.
Yeah, you gotta look up those the hills. That's what I wanted. Oh, am I supposed to go the other side? Oh, well. This is a unique one. Have to move your stacks while still fighting the things. Nice. I'll be honest, I'm liking all the mechanics here.
Yeah, same. Though I think I've spent most of the fight dead. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think the only reason I haven't spent a lot more time dead is I have tank privilege. I'm getting away with, missing some of these mechanics. Still, though, I really want to see what the extreme is for that. I'm being slapped. Nonsense. Alright, thank you everyone who joined. Cutscene time. Gotta be a voiced cutscene, right? There's no way they would not put a voiced cutscene after.
We did it.
Alright.
We slew Valiarmanda. A feat that even the great Gulul Chacha couldn't manage.
Yeah, you know, when everybody works together.
For you, Papa!
There's no denying it was an impressive achievement, but I wouldn't be so quick to claim we've outdone Father. The Vidral was weakened by decades of imprisonment. Had we faced it in its prime, we wouldn't have fared a fraction as well.
Oh,
How
Jesus
can
Christ,
you
what was...
say that?
What is
80
going
years
on in
couldn't
the
have made
chat?
that much of a difference? Could it? Oh, who am I kidding? Papa's still the best.
I'll be nice. You fought well, even though you weren't in the fight at all. You did a great job bench warming.
I did, didn't I? Even if it wasn't at full strength, we defeated a living legend. I swear, I'll surpass the old man one day.
The Sky Ruin lies dead, and still, I've yet to prove myself the miracle.
Well, I suppose we should head back and join Erenville.
We did leave him with only Sarelja for company.
Wait, what's going on in this chat? I'll carry you. Alright. Let's click on arrow. Well, your proud expression bespeaks a successful hunt. Not that I'm surprised in the least. Sorolja came back earlier, but left almost immediately with Sarolja in tow. He seemed disinclined to share any victory celebrations. That's nothing unusual for Sorolja. No, it's Buklojaja that concerns me. He's probably far ahead by Ed now, making the most of the mayhem he caused. I still can't believe he did something so evil just to slow us down. If we hadn't slain Vergomanda, wasn't only Rokopacha at risk. There would have been deaths across the entire continent. I'm more certain than ever that Buklajaja cannot be allowed to rule. To catch him and take back my keystone. LB3'd while everyone was tough. that would have been a time. Tancred, what do you have to say for yourself? What do you want? Liakoy still be anxious. I'm wondering where and when Vergamunda will strike next. I suggest we hurry back and allay their fears. Alphanode as well, I should think. Yes, you're right. We shouldn't let them worry another moment. I mean, we have link pearls. We could literally just message Alfie. Or not. Failing on Kwu? We back? Not failing on Kwu. I specifically got Goth happy to where Kwu is so we could continue with Kwu when she's not working. But I also want to continue the MSQ. Wait, why are we on this side? What the fuck? Shit!
You told me I could buy the speed thing from the gemstone trader. You lied to me.
I didn't say the gemstone trader. I said you had to do the fates.
Said from doing fates. That's what you get. You get gemstones from fates.
It's not the gemstones, though.
Can't believe you're making me waste all my money just to teleport.
Hold up. Have you think that the shared fates that you have to do? Well, since we're down here, I do have one more Aether Current I think I need to get here. That I can fly. Kwu will understand. I don't think she will. She pulled up the stream and she was very angry. He was very displeased. I think it's like right here. See it. Hang on. South. Oh, there it is. And that is all of those Aether Currents. Leaves me with the quest. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gorofoforo.
To the temple, then.
Oh shit, it's another voiced one. That's
Won't be necessary.
unexpected.
Heroes of the hour.
I was really expecting them to do another unvoiced one.
Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valigarmanda's prison. How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
What more would we test, Zulmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Kulul Jalja, then no one is. Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
Plus the ones we lost.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valigarmanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokui. May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as we enter this new age.
Was never much of a talker, our brother. If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
I'll consider it. If it's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
You Woklamat, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valikarmanda, but the quiet skies proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea. That was on my list of
No,
questions I wanted
please
to
don't make
ask.
this dude talk anymore.
I mean, why is Kryl even asking them about the dreams of the Golden City? Because clearly those
She
dreams...
wants to know about her She wants to know about her parents.
No,
Or
but...
her grandparents, whatever.
The dreams were visions from years ago when there was peace everywhere. What do you think those dreams are? It's clearly when the ancients were here, when everyone's souls were fully combined and they had peace everywhere.
Hey, she's just trying to figure out any information she can.
Suffused with a golden glow, its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict.
This sounds a lot like when the ancients were alive.
And in their midst reigned a silent goddess, a statue so tall even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
And the ancients were pretty damn tall.
Goddess. That's new.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Book Evu shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams, no dreamers.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel. But after they were ravaged by disease and so
Accidentally hit a button.
Our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Dawntrail next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt. Farewell, Wook Lamat. I do not think our paths will cross again.
It's a long cutscene. At least we're starting to get more voiced scenes. I don't think Vorpal and his brethren will have a sudden change of heart about Turiulal. But that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. There's proof of that. I think it's time we return to Turiulal. After scaling Toral's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death, even the dauntless of heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. Well, a respite would be most welcome. I believe I heard the Ford cabins calling our names. Alright, I don't know about you, but I gotta grab some quests in this zone. I need flying.
Oh, trying to unlock flying?
Yeah,
come back here to get the Aetherite points anyways.
I've got all the Aether point currents.
Oh.
I just need the 2 quests in this zone. Or in this town. And I have
How do you
flying.
find them?
You use the compass, the Aether compass.
I've never even heard of this Aether compass.
Fuck, how have you found them before?
Google Maps?
Google Maps? It should be... Yeah, it's in your... under duty, in your collections, there's the Aether compass.
The compass points approximately 286 yards away. What?
Yeah.
I think I'll stick with Google Maps.
You just click it every once in a while and it'll point you in the direction you need to go. I need to pray to the salt water? What? Alright.
Pray to the salt water?
Look, I wasn't paying attention to what this man was telling me to do.
So you didn't pay attention, and the first thing you thought it was to pray to the salt
hold
water.
up. What the fuck did this guy say? Look, I was skim reading. Yada, my seed, manipulative growers, join me when you're prepared. Use your feelings aloud. Now the salt water has received your prayers. We prayed to the salt water.
You might be correct, but I'm still gonna say you're wrong.
need to be. No, not to the fresh water. It was salt water. Sorry about that. Am I not high enough up? Are you out there fighting stuff? Whee! I see you're getting into fights again.
I don't know why they're attacking me.
Prepping for the fight. Well, that was quick.
So what's the point of having the better movement speed by doing fates if you get flying before it becomes useful?
Because some people take a while to find all the ether things. Some people have a hard time finding them. Some people, like me, their primary goal is flying as soon as you can. Beautiful! And fly again! And land on their rooftops. Pray to me. Kieran, you missed it. We were talking about... Because you had to pray to the salt water up there. Fresh was like, pray to the fresh water. Fresh was having easy arc. Rest well, everyone. We can make it. We can meet back here later on. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Will you be heading to the palace, Woklamat? Woklamat? Did you hear me? Lost in our own little world, it seems. No matter, I'll be back here soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. I like how the next part of the quest is just not even... It's... You have to run down the pier to the cabin. Alright. That's... Okay. Hi, yes, please, open the cabin for me. Welcome back, your cabin. Your cabin just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. This is not a great view when it's rainy.
You
What's
have
up?
a moment? There's something I wanted to talk to you about. So,
Spit it out! Look how we just sit there silently staring.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what.
Okay, there's a whole wall missing.
We should go outside.
What do you mean?
A nice walk in the fresh air, that's what we need.
Well, that was... Of all the scenes they choose to voice, that's one of them? Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I could feel the weight the walls closing in. Oh, and I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Tural. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the Resplendent Quarter and make our way up from there. You're fucking all the way up there already. Shishwa, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You're the claimant with the greatest love for peace. Love this nation of ours. And lending you my support is the least I can do. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? There's plenty more who believe in your cause. And recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Pishwa. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. All those smiling faces. Ah, sorry. I'm getting distracted. It's just with all the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday occurrences feel that much more special. I think we can take our time and maybe wander around a little first. Then we can head to that spot I was thinking of. I feel like that scene was entirely unnecessary. But alright. Assuming this is voice.
Better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Warkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural? Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others.
Good for you.
Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the sort of thing I'd expect you to say. Your wish for a world like in the Yokoi's dream? Feels are nice and eerie. Look, that is something I'd expect her to say. Doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it.
Really? I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness. It's just
Odd
like
time to
Kyle
shout
said.
that out, but alright.
By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the
Every
leader I want to
time
be.
they did those shout-outs, I wanted to die
It's hard for
inside.
me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies.
I don't know why we're shocked about that. We're absolutely the reason she's gotten through this far.
So much, and in so short a time.
Learned so much, but she would have been captured by another person
After
and
everything that's happened,
tied up till the
imagining what could
contest
happen.
was over.
Are you still willing to walk this path with me?
Look, I was in this for the adventure.
Thank the gods for that. Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the cabins.
I like how she dragged us away from the cabins. Now we gotta walk all the way back to the cabins. And she's right here at the palace. Handle people being out in public. They don't even give us one of the good sleeping positions. We're just, like, flat on the bed. Fastest way of travel. Sleeping in full armor. Everyone sleeps like a corpse, despite having custom animations for sleeping. An unusual choice. Ah, we're meeting up with Alphino, not Erenvel. Alright. You look to be in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was well spent. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, we'll soon be back to the road for us. I'm sure the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone has rested well. First name, last initial person. Saw that chat. But look, some people's last names are too damn long. And sometimes, and you can't just set it to just first names, because then you can get people mixed up. So you have to have that last initial. Because there's, like, Luna. There's too many goddamn Lunas in this game. Full government names only. Shake my head. Oh, fuck. This started moving on without me. Let's see. Now that we've refreshed ourselves somewhat, let us consider all the claimants as they currently stand. Zoralja and Kono have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 keystones apiece. Orklamat would be equal with them but for Boklajaja's thievery, which has left us 1 short. That conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof, and wreaked havoc for the feat of ice. Can't have more than 3 keystones at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he is sorely mistaken. I will be taking back what is mine, this I swear. I fear reclaiming your keystones may not be enough. That is Boklajaja's unleashing of Virgamande is any indication. Using his lead, I anticipate that he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. Cannot say I'd be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The last two keystones we require are those of the Lay of Respite and the Lay of the Brotherhood. The former depicts the cessation of hostilities between Mamolja and Zebro in the forest of Yaktal, specifically near the village called Ikbrax. That's where I was born, if you recall. Oh, I haven't been back there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. The saga, it's said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant. But little more than that. Well, Eorzea has a similar tale. The explorer Kenturum befriended a two-headed king known as the Trach before commencing his travels across Toral. Journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least that is the commonly held belief. Your two-headed king certainly sounds like Papa. So this Kenturum fellow must have come to Toral. Tuliulal. Sorry. I'm beefing with Luna right now, actually. Wait, what? We're beefing with... Actually, what? So confused. Are you talking about another? I'm guessing another Luna, because I didn't think you were here. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, then the capital may not have been built yet. The vestiges of Yokoi architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said a Trach, didn't you? The Kenturum must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamok. Mamok, is that a city? One of the grandest in Toral once upon a time, and the seat of the Mamolja's homeland. It too lies in Yaktal, not far from Ikbrax. Then, all things considered, Yaktal seems to be the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by Dridgebill. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. We're riding one of the Kona's balloons? We're riding in one of Kona's balloons? They can't be any worse than the ships, can they? Side. Alright, airship time. Put us in, buddy. Next flight to Yaktal will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the Dridgebill at all times. Are we sure that thing will stay in the air? All the way to Yaktal? Are you ready? Back to, goodbye said? There's no going back once we lift off. I have ridden on plenty of airships. Not that I'm nervous or anything. I'm just making sure you're not nervous. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Will you hold my hand? Just until I've settled my nerves. Sure, whatever. Come on. Get on the boat. You're the nicest person I've ever met. Try not to crush your hand. You couldn't if you tried. There she is. That promise. Wait just a moment. Abu, Toby. Of course. Wait as long as you need. Not as long as she needs. This airship's gotta go at some point. Sorry to delay you, but we were not able to discover the origin of Kryle's... We were able to discover the origin of Kryle's earring. Is that so? You said before that it gained popularity in Yogg-Toral as a protective ward for travelers, correct? That's right. We tracked down an elderly merchant whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at the market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. Foreign mage? Wearing this earring? Could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? Oh, one in Yaktal, to where it seems you are already bound. What luck! Then I shall seek my next clue once we've arrived. Is it a mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there, or yet another discovery to look forward to? Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise. Good luck with the rest of the ride. Thanks. I won't let you down. I've just got to board this dirigible and I'm as good as there. Let's go for passengers to Yaktal. Really hope she wins. Yaktal would test her mettle, that's without a doubt. The next Dawn servant must be willing to bear the full weight of the nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be.
The fierce Shepral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yaktel. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Shepral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Are you all right?
A lot of
never been good with heights.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozumauka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the Earth, it became susceptible to erosion. Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
It was one time.
Is the Shabral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
Alright, Darrenville, what do you... Oh. Again. With thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you keep someone in sight at all times. As they all walk off without us. Quick detour. That's east. I want west. Alright, it did walk away. It kept coming for a second. Good, everyone's accounted for. Ixbrax is up ahead. Let us be on our way. Ernville was not exaggerating about the scent notes. Would be grueling ordeal to climb out of one. And thankfully we made it here without incident. Let's not delay any longer. The first item level things that's above my level. Ready to head on in? God damn it, it started auto-playing. Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully, our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly on us. That promise in the retinue, I presume? You presume right. I seek the Dun Servant's Elector. And then come and join us in the Garden of Stars at the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? And who might that be? Well, there's but one way to find out. Come, just follow him.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
This man sounds so unenthused that we took so long.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As Ibrash Rash, I have the honor of serving as elector on behalf of my people. As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise, if you would please join us.
Tancred.
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Twelve forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
At least they're starting to pick up on the voice acting.
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red.
Blue.
On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Well, at least she knows she can't be with
Which means...
Jaja.
Together again, as fate would have it.
Kinda hoping they would give her blue.
Victory's as good as ours.
With
Don't be
our
so sure.
claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Bibil.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
I mean, must they all have significance?
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanuhanu replenished their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelupelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future. The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
Well, now we gotta figure out how to make whatever this dish is.
She broke baby before. What's it like, I wonder?
Doesn't even know the culture of the town she came from. Straight into another cutscene. Fortunate that this feat's unique stipulations have fostered Book Jaja's attempt to delay us. Or have... whatever. It serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? Plenty strong. It's obvious he has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do! Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6. The 2 claimants, Siroja and Buklaja, Ja's lackeys. Whereas we are a team of 9. That's 3 more people we can mobilize. With the task suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble the necessary ingredients. Too easy! Well, we mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake. It could be easily avoided. The first order of business should be determining the recipe for Zibrik Bibil. We can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Zibril people. Let's gather here once we have seen what clues this village has to offer. Local spices. Just sneaking into someone's spice basket. A number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in the basket. That one is called a cheeto. A cheetah? We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine. But its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Oh, I thought there would be something up here. It was just a lookout. Was I standing too far back? Oh. Very funny, since this is really close to an oil we use in Filipino cooking. Arc. Oh, you guys are finally getting your cooking stream. Recipe for Zibrik Bibil? I wish I could tell you, friend, the dish is so delicious, it's meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Humanriku himself. But your mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. Only hope there's still a brick to be had at the market. Alright, that's more stuff to note. We ought to cut our losses and head to Mamuk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think he won't tan our hides for leather if we dare to return without knowledge, without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. Difficult could be a second time. What are you looking at, salt liquor? Mind your own business. This is why we should be carrying all of the, Are you attuned to this yet? No. unusually colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my nodule. I mean, Jatika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. There's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. Back. Alright, I'm here. Sorry, I'm back. Trying to turn off the overlay. What did we discover about Ibrik Kipir? True to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish, and observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Zibrik Pipil. But one in particular she attributed to all common Zibrik dishes. A chiti, she called it. I see. Then if Zibrik Pipil is indeed the dish as ubiquitous as Alfenod claims, we have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burying his bundles wrapped in a leaf of nonojul, or banana, as certain localities would seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same! I think we all know what's inside those bundles, don't you? I'm guessing a brick, because that's what the guy needed to buy from the market. As would be expected of a dish called Zibrik Pipel, indeed. So to summarize, the dish is one of a brick flavored with a combination of spices that includes a chiti and steamed underground with nonojul or banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Tancred and I scouted the surrounding forest while you all were exploring the village. Between the local vegetation and Wilder Brook, we should have everything we need in regards to the meat and spices. Leave it to a master cleaner. With that, we should next divvy up our task. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens would doubtless require firewood, and I have some expertise in its gathering. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. Then the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I'm happy to lead someone to a suitable brick if they're willing to perform the requested deed. Alize? You guys leaving us with banana leaves? As for the nojo leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. Be warned, you won't find a nojo in these parts. They only grow in Jatika, Heartland, forests far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we ought to try bartering first. The feat encourages our communication with the locals, after all. Lamati, you. I would, if you would accompany me on my errand. No better way to whet my appetite. Good. Let us be about our task then. Come on, let's go and get those nojo leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. Let us see if there are nojo leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Oriange mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few? Oh, fuck, I ran into a wall. Oh, hello again. Did you need something? Hey, you got any spare leaves? The nojo leaves? For purposes other than Isbrick Pepin, naturally. Unfortunately, I've just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forest for more. Bonjak Grove is the source of the finest nojo leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in the city markets can't compare. I see. I'd hope to avoid such lengthy venture, but there's no other way to obtain our ingredient. In Jataka Heartland, we shall go. Allow me to save you the trip. Traveling there requires that you go through the Tanbriktan verse, but it is caved in due to a recent storm, I expect. What? But that means we can't get our nojo leaves? But we can, can't we? If there were no other way of procuring the item, you would have suspended the feat, or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. That's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of respite with an empty stomach. You may find the brick pepil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. I can't wait! Still, there are no leaves here, and we can't find more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Turiolal. So perhaps there is something about the Brick Pibil that we have yet to learn. Something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. Oh, I see! Like, who was the first to make it? It's history, that sort of thing. If it's Rekdal's history you're interested in, you should start with the Old War. Between Zabril and Momolja, right? The forest have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. And to know the end of the bloodshed is to know the Brick Babil. Huh. What does steamed Ibrik have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing, though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach the feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of the settlement ruined by the war, the village of Ion Ashu. It lies a short distance to the east. Village of Ion Ashu? Understood. Thank you for your help. Come, let's go see this place. That'd be way over there. Or way up there. Nah. The village of Ion Ashun must be further east. Let us continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on their heels. Why did they stop us in the middle of our drive? Fuck if I know. Again. So this is the village of Ionash, or what's left of it? It was the place of light and life. Ivu. The place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Oh, that's the silly dude, isn't it? Oh, well. Ukivu! Didn't know you were in Yaktal. I was picking up lumber for a Brax, and I heard the third promise was on her way to this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service and so followed you here. The Wookiee Woo is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feast of Reeds. A pleasure. You are a member of the Third Promise Retinue, I presume? For the moment, I am. My name is Kona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Kona, that's a good name. Funny name. Where have I heard it? Kona is in the second promise of Tural? Tuliolal? Oh, to think I addressed the Dawn Servant's own son as some common retainer! Such disrespect could not be excused. Please take up your gun and... Oh, come on, not this again! And take no offense. Please do not dwell on it. Alright then, I shan't dwell on it. And right on cue. At least he's consistent. I understand you wish to learn about Zibrik Bibil. While I am forbidden by the Zarak Raks to divulge any information regarding its preparation, I'd be happy to share with you what I know of Yaktal's history. Yes, this guy again. Well, we'd appreciate that. On the most basic sense, the conflict between Zaral and Mamolja was one of land. Mamolja lived in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. It drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of Zibral. They launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favors the higher ground. Zibral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. But the state of this village would attest to the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well. Blessed siblings. You must understand, Mamolja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hobod, Pumonen, and Dupro each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged in the Zibral in battle. In an effort, they strengthened bonds and discouraged infighting. Abogo and Bawani leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could ever have imagined. It was long before the partners of differing clans could not... It was long believed that partners of differing clans could not have children together. Then it happened. A child arrived who shared the body of Hobojo and bought them both. Who held it Mamolja. Blessed with tremendous strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior. Or eventually arising as the first Atarch, ruler of all three clans. Stowing qualities, such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the Atarch's rule, the newly united Mamolja became a force to be feared. War soon came to a head. I think it best you see the results firsthand. Let's visit another battlefield from that time, and there I shall continue the tale. Alright, you ready to walk 100 feet and then get into another cutscene?
I'll see it.
This is where most
at
battles
least
were
it's
fought
voiced.
between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinderfield.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yoqui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
Oh shit, are we taking advantage of our echo?
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill-deserve the bounty of this forest.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin?
I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Belu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
So they had an evening with some food?
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chibral steamed najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more. Their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chibral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong? Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
Alright, what do you gotta see? Papa really did live up to his words. Traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. And we're doing the same now. Okivu has given us valuable insight into the origins of Zibrik Bibal. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion? The monument, for instance. Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Jesus. Would Nora drop 30 million gil on? Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands journeying through history, I thought it only logical that the moment a monument like this might steer us through, especially one at the heart of a significant battlefield. Namati, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. Look here, the soil has been recently overturned. Do we not even have to do the searching? That we're just gonna be in a black screen and they tell us what we found? Ooh, someone buried the box! Well, I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are. Fresh Nanoja leaves. Moronks doing, I wager? There is a poetry in hiding them among this battlefield, given that it was the center to the war they helped end. So planning all this from the start. Thank you again, Wookievu. Oh, we wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was an honor to render assistance. And the apologies to present company allow me to offer my encouragement as well, Third Promise. For since I witnessed your performance at the Feat of Reeds, I'm certain you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. Devised solutions to the Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Inahana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. My humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tural and Tulyululal and what they hold dear. Should you again require historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. I cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to Lickbrox. Eh. Isn't it? One or more party members was unable to teleport. Did you not grab the
Mother? I forgot to grab the point.
Wait,
no.
I tried to cancel it. It just was already.
Oh my god.
I didn't. I just assumed you had the point when I clicked on it.
What do you mean? You literally told you I did.
Yeah, but I thought, oh, that must be some sort of error. I
Error?
was like, wait, what if this man forgot to grab the teleport? Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. Ah. All right. Making sure you have that aetheryte now, I see. I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. How did everyone fare? Oh, we got the Nojo leaves. FFXIV came along and helped us find them. FFXIV was here. Would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us important history lesson. Like how we aren't even inquiring about anything else. We're just giving them the history lesson now. That Gulu Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little. To achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the other solutions. But how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Boulanger and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need. With no mention of what we needed them for, of course. And I'm pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest has on offer. Spoken like a true expert. Erenvel and I found the Abrik, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cyanode trying to catch it. What part of we never speak to this to anyone did you not understand? Well, I picked up a good portion of local herbs, with particular attention to the seeds that they yield. A cheethy. Told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Though further inquiry did I determine ideal balance of spices. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts? Well, I certainly hardly claim profound skill. I've cooked for myself, and leave the rest to me. And you, I hope, as I recall you're an accomplished culinarian? Did you get that line? I don't know what your culinarian skill is at. Oh, my mouth is watering already. Well, without further delay then.
Oh, it smells so good.
And ran off to get a drink, hoping that it would autoplay.
Good, there is still time.
My
I
bad.
shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced
Now,
meats favored by the Jabral.
I am guessing here that part of this trial is share our dish with with the other team.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then. In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Bibil admirably.
But not perfectly?
Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish.
Would someone explain why Thancred is cut off?
And your father's
What the fuck?
role in ending it.
Alizé was also cut off there.
Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants.
Oh!
And for that,
I just couldn't see the edge of the cliff. Alright. It was so weird looking.
all that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I see. While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
He was cut off
It's
because
just
I
some
did it.
crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have
I mean,
failed
why
to
don't we
demonstrate
just
an
let him
adequate
taste ours?
understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
Prowl, don't do anything
His
stupid.
ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
It was palatable enough, I suppose.
Sir, I have, like, helped create some of the best shit in the studio. Don't you dare say palatable at best.
To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
The stuff in the studio isn't a high bar. True? True?
Well, I should get going then.
Or God loaves. I mean, the whole cooking quest thing there was make something better, make a better nutritional food.
Wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any shipwreck people left? I could really use another helping.
Oh, now we gotta go to the other area. That was so good! I'm already looking forward to having Zabrik Bibil again. Here, Kyle made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it! Thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feat of repast is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Well, seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamook and undertake the feat of brotherhood without delay. Wise, yet yes, but impossible. The Tinbleak Traverse, which connects the upper forest to the Jatakan heartland, is still impassable. So we just gotta fix it. Is there no other route? I'm afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Then let us each use the time as we see fit. I, for one, would like to explore the village's surroundings. If Erenvel would oblige me with a tour. Oh, very well, I have no other engagements. Then I'll come with you. If only to prove that I'm capable of keeping my footing. Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me the opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visit to Yaktal. Oh, that's right! Malbooth did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Will you join us, right? Won't you join us? Well, let us reconvene here after our respective diversions. As I recall, the merchant met my grandfather at the market in Yaktal some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let us make inquiries where we can. Grizzled villager.
Born marriage 20 years ago. Yes, I remember him. Not often we get visitors from across the salt, alone those traveling with infants. The girl, as I recall. I saw him passing mind. If anyone were to know more, I'd wager it would be Unum Rook. It was already Zabrak Rocks then.
Baby girl? Couldn't have been. Thank you, sir. That information is very helpful. It'd be funny, Kryle's grandfather brought her with him on his journey out here.
Hello again. Do you require assistance?
A foreign mage passed through Ilk's Bricks roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him?
Why do you ask me this? Who is this man to you?
He may have been my grandfather, and I wish to know what brought him here.
Grandfather?
Not by blood, but he is family nonetheless.
Foreign mage did indeed visit Ilk's Bricks, Master Gulf.
Oh shit, it was him!
So far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied? More than that, however, I cannot say.
Why not?
I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding.
Very well, I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of a more general curiosity, I have another question. They say Yakoi once dwelled in these forests. Where was that exactly?
General curiosity indeed. But yes, before they withdrew to Urkopacha, some 5 centuries ago, the Yakoi claimed Yaktal as their own. Many of their architectural remnants can be found in the lower forest, the Tekal Heartland.
Then that's where they must have had their visions. Thank you. That answers much and more.
Understand what it means to long for one's family. Believe me when I say that, though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the third promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. does this man know that he's not telling us? Speaking of which, a query of my own for you. I request a moment of your company. Go on, we'll wait for you. Alright, the fuck you want, bitch? Thank you for obliging me. First, let's head to the note behind this village. It'll be really funny. He just pushes us down.
What?
If the guy pushed us down the cenote, the whatever they're called, the giant holes.
I already jumped down the hole myself.
It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mr. Skryl's plea has softened my resolve. The leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the third promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. You tell me of her journey thus far. Well, she's certainly learning a lot. Is that so? It seems the rite has been a source of great learning and growth for Woklamat. Dive into the water behind him. It does me well to hear that. Daughter would be about her age. Was rarely born amongst the Zebral. So when she arrived, the village was elated. Joy I felt when first I held her, and pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote. 3 years old, an accident it was said, but I knew better. She'd been pushed. Like I push you now! Oh, the water never caught them. A suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards the Jatakla heartland, towards Mamuk. Once bitter enemies, the Momolja and Zebril have learned to live in peace. Who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act? Targeting the child who would one day lead her people? Criminals sought to undermine the future of Zebril. I was determined not to let them succeed. So I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote, and give her into the care of the one person I knew who could protect her. On servant Gulu Jaja. So she was born to lead Zebril. It had a greater plan for Woklamat. The Dawn servant and I know the truth, but I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. The villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed Mamuk, and rancor towards the Zebril still burns. Cut off guard once, will not suffer the same tragedy again. So I ask you, not as the Dawn servant's elector, but as a father. Watch over the third promise. Defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in the shadow. Will you do this for me? Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Do you hear my question and answer plainly? Me not as the ruler of Tuyolal, the concerned father. Don't worry about it. I'm just thinking back on memories, sir. Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. For I breathe not a word of this to anyone. Ah! Can I? Let me dive. I don't think it's gonna let me dive. At least not yet. Or I'm pressing the wrong button. I don't know which. To note, you can't dive, but there are some others. Ah. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please do not keep the third promise waiting. Diving areas in this zone are pretty banger. It's gonna win. Who knows at this rate? Koja? Whatever. The brother seems to be the only one who has all the pieces so far. Are those two better? Oh, they are still better. Oh no, we'll keep those on then. Well, that's right. They're at 65, not 60 like the other pieces. What do you think now after the food? I think after our talk with the one guy, it doesn't matter. Oh, I see. We're not going to be able to be in a party for this one. There was cooking mini game for that trial? A cooking mini game would have been cool. Several cutscenes will play in sequence, yada yada, and clearly this is a thing. You're back. So what did Woman Rook want? Nothing important. Just, it's a secret. I don't tell you. Yeah. Is it alright if you don't... It's alright if you don't have to say. More importantly, the Dinbeck Traverse still isn't clear yet. Something about having even more rocks. Then I think I'll take this opportunity to rest. That cooking and preparing for it has worn me out. That does sound tempting. Moment promise. You're one of Bukalo Jajas. What do you want? I've come to fetch you. You're welcome to refuse, but know that it would be most unwise. And why is that? I'm sure your salted friend has an idea. What do you think? What? What the fuck? And they say the house cats don't come when called. Follow me, promise. Why would we agree to that? I mean, if we knew that he was spying, we really should have said something, not just fucking sat there.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us? Oh, Morok! Bakul Jaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you'll deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here. Take a good look at him. Go on. Look. Surely you recognize your real father. Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted sellsword. She heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
Oh my god, same hair color. Same eyes.
Is it true? Is Humoruk my...
He didn't raise you. He gave you up. Just because he was a little scared he couldn't protect you.
Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere,
What, you think you couldn't take me?
I'll kill the old man myself!
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna
So do we
fight?
have to play as
I'll
Waklamat?
give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue. By the by, house cat, they've been instructed to put down Papa Dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him.
Well, if you say so.
Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
I just don't stand a chance against Waklamat. You should back down before you get hurt. Don't worry, this scary adventurer won't try anything funny.
Foreign scum! Who are you to mock me? I'll kill you, kill you, kill you all! Don't look away, son. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to shreds!
You got this.
His ass.
Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember? I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people!
Alright, we're playing as Wuklamot. The skillful Wuklamot will gain the resolve she needs to unleash yada yada. Do damage, they will recover HP, use them early and often to emerge victorious. Giving us hints now. I know how to play warrior. I have a level 100 warrior. They do have things in a different spot though.
Mangy house cut, so I can rip you to pieces. I'll cut you to shreds! My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens. I'll make you eat dirt!
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior? Miss Mittens is no longer amusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
Okay, is the green one donuts? In which case we want to get knocked into one, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, we wanted to be in one of those. Well, that's disappointing. I thought he was gonna knock us back again.
How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest! It's time we finished her, brother. This is the end for you, kitten.
Oh, alright.
No, the bleeding isn't very helpful. Ooh, we're gonna lose this. That's disappointing.
Sorry.
Alright, well, I fucked that up. Bad. Very easy. Fuck no! Normal! Ah, nah, nah. Okay, so that's how we get close to him. Got it.
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mutants. I'll make you eat dirt.
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior? Miss Mutants is no longer abusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
What? Can't keep up? How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest!
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
It's time we finished her. This is the end for you, kitten. Know your place.
It's not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy, his love for our people.
I'll grind you beneath my heel! show you the true power of the Blessed!
I will be the next Dawn servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last! That's why there's no way I'll ever lose to the light of you!
What? But that was everything I had!
I can't stand it anymore! Attack!
This is our fight! Stay out of it! You bring shame upon us!
You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamuk! We cannot lose!
Oh, the great Bakul Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win. I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Such confidence! Not changed. She wasn't like this before!
Oh, there we go. Paid more attention that time. And with that, we back on track.
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be? How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakul Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
No. No.
Shark has fangs.
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk. The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
I mean, you beat
Does
him.
it matter?
Well, yeah.
You've beaten us. It's over.
Am I muted?
We'll release the hostage.
I shouldn't be. I'm just having a little snack. It unfortunately picks up when I'm chewing.
I'm sorry.
Eat louder?
I was careless.
No, definitely not.
All right.
Well, sounds ASMR.
So what Bakul Jaja said about you and me.
But to single-handedly defeat Bakul Jaja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter. It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am. I'm Gulul Jaja's daughter, and Tuli Hyolal's next Dawn servant. Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
Alright, Waklamat. Seems we're the last to return. Glad everyone made it back safely. Thank you for having faith in me. Keeping out of the fight even when it got dirty. Couldn't have been easy for you. But Baklu Jaja won't be the last person to threaten those I care about. I want to prove to myself I can stand up to such villains. Even when I stand alone. Which isn't to say I won't ask you for help when I need it, of course. I know better than that now. Did you teleport here just to slap me? So mean! Earlier in the Second Promises camp.
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover. Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk Bibil?
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish.
Prince Water.
As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
But there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tuli Yolal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural. But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I failed to understand my own people. Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
To understand and connect with people is by no means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage. That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Understanding begets fellowship.
I was just about to say, we're getting an understanding talk from two of the most secretive bastards in the game.
What you suggest does not come naturally
He's
to me.
fucking hypocrite.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles,
Well, at least
I
this
see
man
my own.
admits it.
Painful
Listen to
their
this advice.
familiarity. Yet frightening though it may feel,
I think it's just emotionally
if we are to move
activated.
forward, we must
Let the people
indeed
know.
take that first step. Dispense with pretense and simply be.
Nah, I don't need to have this advice.
Do you
I'll
remember
keep my
when you
secrets.
first approached us, and we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant? You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, but your motivation. So let your
Didn't
people
break
know
this desk
and in time,
in
they'll come
rage.
to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
Look, this desk broke because it's a cheap desk and couldn't handle a mic stand.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
And you can't hide behind your stoicism forever. And that was his whole last. It's his character growth right there. Spooky left without me. Did he leave the game? Or just he just dipped on forward?
Yeah, I went ahead.
God damn it. Another cutscene. So what's the state of Tenbek Traverse? Fucking shit. Spooky don't give a fuck. He's a Chad. God damn it. Well, still being cleared, I'd assume. Rock said that he would notify us as soon as the work was done. Then perhaps now would be a good time to consider we might reclaim Woklamat's stolen keystone. The next feat will be our last, after all. It's already done. I already got it back. What? When? Not to mention how. This is Buklo Jaja we're talking about. Alfie, you've never even seen the man fight. Besides, you know we've got me on the team. He'll kick his ass any day. That reminds me, I compose. So I taught him a lesson and took my keystone back. You bested Buklo Jaja in single combat? Bravo. Ring saves me some TV cost. What can I say? Oh, I've had good friends to encourage and cheer me on. There you are. Our excavators have contacted me with news of their success. The Trenbel Traverse is now safe to travel. And we finally can make for Mamuk. Come to think of it, isn't Buklo Jaja's home? I only hope its residents don't share his winning personality.
Well, if there is indeed a city where Kitten Naram first met the Dawn Servant, surely some civility awaits us.
I would not be so certain. It is true that the Dawn Servant received Kitten Naram and Mamuk and was instrumental in the establishing of friendly relations between the Zabril and Mamolja. But since then, most of the Mamolja who supported his peace have left their city in favor of abiding in the capital. The remains is a cluster of Momok, and while those traditions do not take up arms against us, neither do they bear great love for outsiders.
Whatever they like, the people of Mamuk are also of Turiulal. If I am to be Dawn Servant, it is my job to know them first of all. We will be on our way then.
Oh, fuck, I accidentally hit.
We will be on our way then. I'm glad I could learn about where I came from, and to eat so much Zabrik Bibil besides. Thank you for everything, Rook. The next time, take care.
First, we make our way across the brook center field due southeast.
Oh, you have grown indeed.
You already in, like, the other area? Oh, you're not even in this zone anymore. Oh, you know what? You're not in my party. I wouldn't be able to see anyways.
So where are you at right now? Oh, you're down here.
I'm gonna be honest, they looked a little closer when I was looking at the map. Do these count for you? Oh, you didn't join the party.
current up here? 100 yalms east. Is it across the lake or just over here? Probably over here. Oh, I can hear it. Thought I could hear it. Maybe I'm losing my mind.
Sorry, I was making a sandwich.
Oh, that's alright. It must be across the lake. God damn it.
No, yeah. If you lose that fight, yeah, you might not have fell behind, though.
Look, I'm sorry. Ah, found it. Ether current where I'm standing if you want to get it.
Just fighting the squirrels real quick.
Eee. Oh, chat wants to know what kind of sandwich.
A bagel with turkey.
Fuck.
This is just embarrassing.
Look. I don't know why it wouldn't let me up that side. The aether current's like directly across the lake.
You can just take us to the next objective.
Alright. Turn in this quest along the way. Put some hot sauce on that bagel. Chat says hot sauce. Put it on. Chat says put hot sauce on the bagel.
Nah, no thanks.
I will say, jalapeno cream cheese slaps on a good bagel. You'll never want to do nothing? I don't know that that's entirely true. Nothing less, that's something down there. That is like right there. Uh, 151 yalms east. 5. 4. There's one just back here. Be down on the beach. Alright, well. Okay, do you see a giant green glowing orb right around here? Oh, it was right in front of me.